My next guest is the newest member of the UFC roster. He picked up a really impressive win on Dana White's Contender Series on Tuesday. It is William Knight, the Nightmare, joining me here on the program. William, how's it going?
It's going good. What's up, everyone?
Nothing much. I'll speak for everyone and say congratulations, man. That was quite the performance. Second time on Contender Series. I know long road for you to get here and get the contract, but how were things different other than obviously all the COVID stuff heading into this fight? Was there a little bit more pressure just with it being the second time around?
I mean, I don't think people understand my mindset when it comes to fighting. There's no pressure for me. Like getting in that cage, nothing. That's my outlet. Like that's like getting behind the wheel of my car because I got a 2019 Type R. I got it, the drive, and then when you just step on the gas, that adrenaline rush. Like fighting to me doesn't make me nervous, and it doesn't make me like, okay, there's a big crowd and no crowd and none of that. That's my getaway. That's my happy place. So when I step in there, expect a dangerous version of me.
How was the COVID testing and all that stuff and the no crowd? I mean, you've sort of been around that before, but how was that leading into the fight? I know it's not a pressure thing, but just I'm sure it was a little bit different.
So every day, actually, they checked our temperature, and I believe I got tested three times while I was there. So we got tested home, we got tested when we landed, we got tested the day of or the day before the fight and after. Like, they're on it, man. They're on it. It's like any other test, like the common cold, like seeing the doctor to do your blood work or your drug test. So, I mean, it was nothing crazy, but it's definitely different. The lockdown is different. You're stuck in your hotel room. Then they give you a room where you can actually train in and cut weight and stuff. So you're in one room where you sleep and have your food and chill and relax. And then the other room is literally got mats and all this other stuff. So they take good care of you, man. It was a cool ass experience, believe it or not.
And going into the fight, fighting an undefeated guy in Cody Brundage, did you know much about him before taking the fight? Because I know Tyson, who I know you work with and is your manager and everything, he's really good when it comes to like strategy. So how much did you sort of lean on him for the game plan and everything?
So my coach crew and then Tyson was there, yes, but they know how I am. They know I don't study my opponents. I don't study opponents because they don't come in the same. They're here bigging up his 3 knockouts. He got 3 knockouts, blah, blah. Look what he did in the start of the fight. Threw a punch just to take me down because people feel my wrestling isn't up to par. Do not underestimate my wrestling because I wasn't a Division I wrestler. I wasn't an NCAA. I wasn't an Olympic wrestler. Do not underestimate my wrestling. I was a double L champion. I was a double L champion in high school for a reason. I only had 2.5 years experience and became a double L champion. Imagine if I was doing wrestling as long as the rest of these guys, or if I had the knowledge that I could have went to a Division III, 2 or 1 school or any of these things. I didn't have much. My family didn't have that opportunity. They only had an opportunity to send me to school for an education. I didn't have an opportunity or scholarship to play sports. So stop basing people off of paper. Like, my wrestling's no joke. I have the strength, endurance, and speed to complement my ability. So when you come in there like, oh, his wrestling's not good and my wrestling's better, don't think like that, bro. Don't think like that. That's to everyone who questioned my wrestling that I beat. Like, that's everyone that were higher wrestlers than me, and I beat them. Not just by decision, I finished them. So when they talk about William being a wrestler, have some respect on my name. Like, I come from the streets where we used to wrestle on the concrete, brother. Like, we wrestled on the concrete. There was no mats. We didn't know what we were doing. We were just wrestling like little tussles. That's what we used to do where I come from. My brothers, my cousins, and friends and stuff. We used to wrestle in the street. Bloody knees, bloody elbows, getting slammed on the pavement type stuff. So don't sit here and be like, oh, well, he didn't do this, and I feel I have better wrestling. My wrestling is proven time and time that is definitely there.
It sounds like, and I mean this in a good way, that you had a bit of a chip on your shoulder heading into this because you did win your first Contender Series fight. I mean, some felt like, hey, you could have just gone right to the UFC after that. Was that on your mind in this fight? Just, the people that were doubting you, is that something that fuels you, or is it not even something you're worried about?
The people who doubt me fuel me. They talk shit. They say I'm on steroids. I'm on steroids because I bust my ass every fucking day. Sorry for swearing, but
No,
every
swear away. I'm Canadian, but you can swear as
day.
much as you want.
All right. Every day I bust my ass. They don't realize the blood, sweat, and tears that I put inside this. They sit here and be like, oh, wait till USADA does this. USADA already tested me 6 times in a year. 6 times before, since Contender Series, even before Contender Series, for my CES fight. 6 times. They came to my house unexpected, come to me when I'm training unexpected. They don't find nothing. You know why? I fear using enhancements, even supplements. I fear using these things. So it's hard for me to keep my weight down because I'm always eating chicken, broccoli, and brown rice. Like the shit is so annoying and boring. And then I got to do cardio. I'm doing 5 miles a day, up to 10 sometimes. That's what I'm doing. That's my steroid that everyone thinks I'm taking. Fucking cardio and eating clean. If they can't see the result and understand that, then so be it. Let them talk their shit. But leading into the second fight, I really didn't have a chip on my shoulder. Like, I don't know if people understand, but the second time is actually easier than the first time.
Yeah.
The second time, I'm like, hey, Dana's seen me here before. He's seen that I can go 3 rounds. All I got to do here is finish this dude as fast as I can, and then he can put the two together. Okay, the first time he was here, he got out some bad positions. He had this, he had that. Now he's here, steamrolled, dude. That's exactly what I did. I got taken down. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was going to be a stand-up fight. I taken down. He scored some punches on me, but I was blocking. I was defending because I was aware. I was even talking to Herb Dean. If y'all seen in the video as he's pounding away, I'm talking to Herb Dean. I'm like, yo, I'm fine. And I just yell out. I'm like, wait till I get up. That's all I yelled. I was yelling. I was like, wait till I get up, yo. I can't wait till I get up. Then he went to advance. I held his arms to wait for that moment to explode, kind of like the Rocky Edwards fight. I was waiting for my time to explode. He made that slight adjustment, and then I knew where it was from there. I'm like, dude, I'm like an alligator in these moments, man. Like, I can turn and twist any old way. I might be big, but I'm flexible. Show me a 205-pounder that hits a backflip layout into a split. I've done it. You've seen it on video. So don't sleep on my physique. My physique means nothing to me when I've been training endurance since day one, when I was 297 pounds. 2 things I asked my coach. How long are the title fights? Because I was aiming to become a champion for amateur and pro, he told me. And I asked him, what is a weakness that are in the 170 and up? He said endurance. I've been training those 2 things for the past 4 years consecutively, loyally.
And it came together in this fight. I mean, this fight almost played out a bit like the Travis Brown and Josh Barnett fight with those elbows. It was just a great performance. I got to ask this anyways. I'm sure I'm going to hear kind of the answer I'm expecting, but you felt like you had the contract at that point, I imagine, especially with, getting it done in the first round, and because you don't get paid by the hour.
I'm not going to sit here and lie. After I won, I kind of thought it was going to put me back in that situation because my last fight was the same way. Mm-hmm. Dude, I was getting worked, but we were like working each other. Like my plan was to burn him out because last season I seen, in my mind, Dana White gave a lot of contracts to people who did the comeback fights. You had dudes come in there and steamroll guys, and he's like, I just don't see nothing amazing about this guy. He's like, he just came and knocked the guy out. I need to see more. I gave him 3 rounds of suspense, and then I scored that developmental contract, which I think most fighters, if you don't get a contract, that should be something to be a target for. Like, you want to get into the big show, but that developmental gives you opportunity to fight locally, build your skill, then, all right, let's go. Entry fight to the UFC if you come back a second time. I took that second invitation with no hesitation. Like, you got to fight for me, let's go. It's supposed to be July, and it got moved all the way to September 1st. You see me. Still got to do what I had to do, and I made weight, and I fought.
So Dana tells you get the contract. How do you celebrate after a moment like that? I know this is just the beginning, a new chapter in your career going in the UFC, but I'm sure you got to enjoy everything that night.
So walking out, Dana White actually turned to me. He was like, I didn't know you were born in Manchester Hospital. I'm like, yeah, man, I was born in Connecticut just like you. He was like, that's freaking great. So just that thought that he knew that I know something about him and he knows about me now, and I like for it to come full circle, like I sit here like, this is a reality, man. Like, I'm in the UFC. I felt I belonged fighting high level guys because the local scene, I don't care what no one says now that I'm in the UFC, because of course you know you're gonna have the people want to talk shit now because they know damn well you have to get to the UFC or I have to lose my contract, whatever, in order to fight. But a lot of guys were ducking me. A lot of guys were avoiding me. A lot of guys seen my name and denied the fight. Matchmaker from all over promotions would be like, look, the guy doesn't want to fight. This guy doesn't want to fight. His camp doesn't like the fight, whatever. So if they want to talk shit now, you already know they're full of shit. But the guys I fought, I respect them, love and peace to them. Them, regardless win or lose, they helped me build to where I am today and got me here. So they need to understand they're a part of where I am today. They're a part of this. They're the reason why I'm here. So they shouldn't even feel no way. Win or lose, they shouldn't feel no way. They should be like, you know what? This guy's in the UFC and I fought this guy. I know what it's like to fight a guy that's in the UFC, you know? So nobody's a stepping stone. We're all here to build on each other, you know?
So I know this is kind of a fresh win, but do you have any idea when you're looking to get back in there and when you want to make your promotional debut?
All I can say to you right now is soon. Soon, man. Soon. That's all I can say to you. Just understand this smile on my face. Soon, brother. Soon. That's all I can tell you.
That's good news. I like the fact too that they're booking a lot of these Contender Series winners with fights soon. Like we had, I live up in Canada. We had TJ Laramie who won a contract a few weeks ago. He's going to be fighting like next week. So yeah, hopefully something the same thing here for you. I won't do my detective digging on this one, but what's this week been like? You know, just I'm sure the feedback, you know, from everyone that's helped you get there. Have you been able to soak that in and enjoy that just with all the accolades you've been getting since the win?
I'm overexcited. Like, to be able to soak all that in is nearly impossible. I've been trying to react to everybody. It's so hard. I react to 1,000 people, 1,000 more notifications, messages, friend requests. I had to open my Instagram to like public so that I don't have to keep adding people. Like, I went from 1,900 followers to 3,500 followers in less than 24 hours. Like, you got people reaching out to me, guys who won bets on me, like, yo, you won me this. Oh my God, thank God I bet on you. And then I'm like, I'm grateful that they reached out. I'm grateful for everybody showing me love. I'm grateful for everything. Like, you guys have to understand, I'm grateful. Like, this isn't just a one-man team, man. I ride off their energy. I ride off my supporters. I ride off the people who hate me. I ride off the people who don't like me. I ride off all that. All energy is good energy when it comes in my circle.
What's downtime looking like this week? I'm sure you get to enjoy a little bit of time, whether it's, you know, video games or Netflix, anything like that. You getting up to anything?
You know, see, again, like anybody who knows me knew that the second I came back, I was grinding. Yeah, I was grinding, man. I ran 3 miles this morning.
Okay.
Woke up, my little 3 miles. I felt good. I'm just on it. Like, I don't take breaks and vacations really. Like, you if you want to be in the UFC, you got to train as, okay, that call can be coming. Now I have the contract, still on that mindset. A call could come at any time. Look at what happened with Texera. His fight just fell off because of COVID. Think about that. If I was already in the UFC for some years, easily they could call me. Boom, we got a 205er to replace Texas. So at the end of the day, if you're a true fighter, there's no such thing as a fight camp, brother. You're training every
It's a lifestyle.
week.
Yeah.
Every week. It's a lifestyle. It's something that you want. You have to put in your all, because you can't wait till you get it. Oh, now I'm in the UFC. Let me grind now. Nah, you got to live like that. You just got to be like that, from amateur to professional till the day out. That's it.
So nothing like before you go to bed, no like watching any TV. Are you watching any fights though? I'm sure you're keeping tabs on the division.
I'm still watching fights. I'm chilling. I'm watching Chopped. That's what I be watching before.
There you go. That's what I was trying to get out of you. Yeah.
I watch Chopped. I watch anime like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, things like that, you know. Video games. I play Marvel Contest of Champions on my phone, and then I play Monster Hunters Iceborne on the Xbox 360. So those are my little downtime times. It's like after I take a shower and I just want to like air dry or something, or whatever the case may be, after a nice day, just something to entertain myself. So yeah, there's little things like that. Like right now, y'all know I like cars. I just sold my car last week and picked up another car that I wanted to start working on. So I'm able to do that now, like be able to work on my car, not because of the money, now that I have time, because all my time spent during quarantine and off quarantine up to this moment, all I kept thinking about was grinding, because my opponent's grinding harder than me. Just grind. Oh, take your time, relax. Nah, there's no time for that. So yeah, led up to this moment, and we secured that contract.
We're looking forward to your debut, man. Can't wait for it to come up. Hopefully something soon. By the sounds of it, like you were kind of implying there, we'll definitely have to link up again. But William, thanks so much for the time, man. Anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to plug, I'll give you the last word.
I want to thank, of course, I want to thank Carmen Hermanza over there at Iron Will Fitness. That's my strength and conditioning coach. She's amazing. Even though she's a female, she's amazing. She's helped me throughout the years. Like, my endurance is ridiculous because of her. When I want to stop, she keeps me going. My crew, my coach Ed Thornton over there at East Hartford at Thornton's Mixed Martial Art Fitness. I walked through his door late 2015. I sat there, watched the crowd of people training, and I was like literally gonna walk out, like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. This man said to me, it's like, you know that someone's genuine. He was like, what are you here for? I'm like, I just want to compete. I want to just do jiu-jitsu, you know? He asked me my background. He just looked at me. Mind you, I'm 297 pounds, this big meatball. He's like, what if I told you, if I train you or you train here and I work with you, you could be in the UFC? Off of just knowing that I have a wrestling background and just my physique, maybe he's seen something more beyond that. 4 years later, what happened? He walked me out to get my contract. That's what one person can do. I went to other gyms, they didn't even look at me. They laughed at me. They thought, oh, I was joking. They didn't take me serious. And now look at me, waking up in the morning, going on Snapchat, and I'm right there on the front page of Sports Center, bro. Sports Center, me on the Sports Center front page thing. So then I want to shout out my friends, family, and all my supporters from Connecticut who support me, man. Like, the love and appreciation is endless right now.